Here at Jack State, we're building more than just wins. We're building teamwork. And that's why I'm proud to partner with AmFirst. They understand what it means to be a team. They understand community. AmFirst, built on values, built for you.
Time for the final episode of the Red Zone with Tyler Raley, brought to you by AmFirst. And after his achievement of heading to his 8th straight state title game in Class 7A, we're going to walk with Thompson head coach Mark Freeman. Coach, big win last week for you guys, Central Phoenix City. How did it feel to go on the road and pull that one out?
It was a big win, and we knew going down there it was going to be tough. You're in a strange environment. We'd never played there as a program. Played them several times, but it's always been in the bigger stadiums and for the state championship games. But it was a great experience for our players. It was a great atmosphere. And thank God we got out of there with a win. We made it closer than it really should have been, but we got out of there with a win, and we believe that everything happens for a reason, and maybe we're supposed to have to survive that 2-point play because they've hurt us in the past, but that one was a good one.
For you guys, a lot of the talk around the state really has been that the fact that last week was, in essence, a state title game, but you still got a lot to look forward to with the game against Opelika. How do you get your guys to refresh and reset heading to Birmingham this next week?
Well, we never talked about last week being a state championship game here. It was the next game we had to go win. And I mean, I know that people talked about it, and in the past it's been, but life changes and situations changed, and we never talked about it being a state championship game. It was a game we had to win. It was a sudden death game. So we had to go win the game, and I felt like our guys, our players, our coaches did a great job getting those guys prepared for things, and I thought we went down there and played that game, and as soon as the game was over, we told our kids, hey, that was a great win, but we got one big one coming up, one left, and we got to go win it.
What's the development of this team kind of been like throughout this year with the tough schedule?
I think it's helped us. I think that the Grayson game broke our hearts. I think that it affected our kids worse than I thought it would. Being that close to winning on the road at Grayson, playing a tremendous team. I'm talking about just a really good team, and having a chance to go win it, it really affected my players more than I thought it did. I think it just hurt them knowing they were that close to beating a national power. So I think their pride was hurt a little bit there, and we had to rebound from that. But I think the schedules, the last 3 or 4 or 5 years we've done this, it's played to our advantage. People talk about, well, you play those games, you get people hurt. I've had a kid hurt in the opening week one time when we won the game 55-0, lost a good player. So you can't worry about that part of it. But I think our schedule stands for itself, and I think it like I said, we bottled those moments up, and I told the guys today, for some reason we was on the bad end of those 3 games during the season, and you ask yourself, why, and the thing we try to focus on is learning from every time we lose a game, and I think we learned the other night that we don't have to, those situations can turn in our favor. And I think the Lord showed us the other night that, things can happen in our favor too, and I think that was just a way of reminding our kids that we lost momentum in the game due to a mistake on our part. We lost that momentum. They scored a couple times quick. You're in that mode about, hey, we've been on this road before, and then we make the big play. And I think it was just the Lord's way of saying, hey, concentrate on something positive out of this, get a win out of here, and maybe, I think maybe if we'd have won that game 35-14, I don't know if our players would have, in their mind thought, anything is easy or nothing, but now they know that no matter who you play, it wasn't a matter of having to play Central. It was a matter of we made mistakes on our part to make that game a lot closer than it should have at the end.
And then finally, 8th straight championship appearance for you here at Thompson. Chance to win your 6th in these 8 years. Does it ever get old competing in these final 2?
No, it don't. And like I said, I appreciate what you're saying. This is the most important game of our season, and I'm thankful to God for the past that we've had. But man, the focus right now is not about anything that we've done in the past. It's all about focusing. How can we have a good week of practice? How can we maintain our focus? And how can we go play a really good Opelika football team that they're going to play hard-nosed football. They're going to run the football. They're going to blitz a lot on defense. And we got a lot to prepare for, but our coach will do a great job. And just get ourselves ready for this one. This is the big one. This is the next one. And get ourselves ready to go do and have a really great game.
That was the final episode of the Red Zone with Tyler Raley, brought to you by AmFirst, this time with head coach of the Thompson Warriors, Mark Freeman.